How did you wind up in Vietnam?
So yes, I know. I was telling my story earlier, and we got off track a little bit. The main point was in Korea. I transitioned finally into filmmaking, and I was trying to make content for myself, and I started with the show, and I was making the international food. I transitioned to trying to do something more like Andrew Zimmern, and then I just really went all in on trying to make these shows about exotic and bizarre and interesting food. And in the course of doing that, I got the opportunity to go to Vietnam to film for a few days. I had a friend come with me to come film with me. And when I went to Vietnam, I met a company there, a tour company, who was interested in hiring me. And so at this point in Korea, I'd finally started to make a decent living. I'm not teaching now for years, and I'm a filmmaker, like a commercial filmmaker for corporations and stuff, doing music videos. I did a music video for BTS, or actually for Rap Monster from BTS. I'm sure you're a big K-pop fan.
Huge.
If you're a young girl, you'd be like, oh my God. This was before he was super huge. And so I wanted to get out of that world. I'd saved enough money, and I was just ready to see if I could go all in on making a YouTube channel actually work. And so this was kind of, moving to Korea in the first place was like my way of burning the boats. I knew a lot of people who moved to Korea who got homesick or lonely or whatever, and they quit their teaching contract halfway through, and then they just went home. For me, when I went to Korea, I had $2,000 in my pocket, in my bank account. I had nowhere to go back to. I sold my car. My lease was up. My dad had some dilapidated piece of shit trailer house. I wasn't going back to that. And so when times got tough in Korea, it was like, you got to make this work. You got to be resourceful. You got to find solutions. After I've figured out how to make money as a videographer, as a director in Korea, I was looking for the next challenge. And it's a funny story because sometimes success can make people depressed. Sometimes achieving something can make you feel depressed. And so in Korea, I remember I got a $15,000 contract to shoot a bunch of content for a liquor company. And my feeling was just, is this it? Like, I cracked the code. I know how to do this now. Is this all that I put all this effort? I put all this effort into it.
That's a very bizarre reaction. You think that that's common, that people achieve success and get depressed?
I think there's a lot of people who focus on a goal so strongly, and they think that achieving that goal is going to give them some sort of fulfillment, and then they get there and they go, this is it? You don't know. I mean, you know lots of successful people. You've never heard somebody express that?
I think when people are trying to become happy through their work and they think that there's an end point, well, finally they'll become a different person and be happy. And then when they reach that end point, they realize they're the same person.
Yeah.
But I think when people are focused on doing good work, and that's the goal, and they become more successful at that. But if they can continue just focusing on doing good work, I think they can avoid that.
100% agree. And at this point, I think I was more focused on the money because I was just scrapping for so long. And that getting the money didn't make me feel, well, it's $15,000, but maybe $1 million, I'd probably feel better. But joking. $15,000 didn't do it for me. And I've had a journey, a transformation in the last few years of doing what you were saying. It's not about getting to a particular destination. With the channel, this is all still getting back to why I moved to Vietnam. But, with the channel, when I got 100,000 subscribers, when I got 1 million subscribers, you can get a plaque on YouTube. I didn't want the plaque. I just wanted to keep plowing forward and moving ahead. And that's how I see the mission for the channel now. It's like, I'm really happy with where we're at. I love my team. We have, obviously, I'm the face of the team, but we have an incredible team of 20 people. I think some of world-class people. I think some of the best in the world at documentary filmmaking. And I want to just keep iterating, doing what we're doing, and trying to get incrementally better video by video. In Korea, I went to Vietnam. I met a company there who said, and so at this point, I have some money in my bank account, and I have a YouTube channel that's not making any money, and I've made like 20 videos. And they said, hey, if you move here, they were a tour company, a travel company. They said, if you come here, if you make videos for us once a week, we will give you $1,000 a month. We'll give you a place to live, and we'll supply you with one of our camera guys to shoot your stuff. And I said, all right, I'm all in. So this is like round 2, burning the boats. I'm moving to Vietnam, and I'm going there for the purpose of making this channel actually work and come to fruition. Vietnam is an affordable place. I'm next to Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, a close plane ride to the Philippines. Southeast Asia is rich with really interesting food and culture. And overall, it's inexpensive enough that I can afford to shoot for a long time without needing to make money. And so that's what brought me to Vietnam initially. And from there, it was just a slog. It was just week after week of trying to figure out how can we tell better stories? How can we make the videos better and more appealing? I think I was too corny and silly and irreverent in the beginning. And eventually we got some traction. More people started watching the videos. And eventually we started making money so I could hire staff. But that was probably about 2 years, starting in Korea and then going into Vietnam, that I was able to actually start making money and build out a team there. And what's incredible now is most of my team is Vietnamese. If you told me years ago that I would have a team of Vietnamese editors who speak English as a second language and edit videos that are on par with, or I think better than much of the shit that you see on network television now, I would not have believed you. But somehow that's what's come to fruition. And so we have an incredible team there now, and we've been able to just focus on raising our standards every month, every year to get to this point, and then hopefully we get somewhere, beyond this in the future.